Welcome to the farm! Spring has finally sprung, and to celebrate, I've asked my nephew Ashton and my mother to come over for a simple but elegant spring supper. For the ingredients, I'm going to be going up to Whetstone Farm to get some lamb, and then it's off to Morley's Maple Syrup for some fresh Wisconsin maple syrup. And finally, we'll be stopping at Morning Sun Farms for some nutritious and delicious microgreens. Gather with us around the farm table. I'm your host, Inga Witcher.
Good morning, girls. I'm Inga, and I love everything about farming. Midwestern farms are a bounty of good food made by good people.
I love being able to travel, to search out good ingredients.
Cooking is all about what's seasonal, what's fresh. Every day can be filled with good food, good friends, and a beautiful herd of cows. Welcome to the farm. Good girl. Today I'm going to teach my nephew Ashton how to sow seeds. He's 5 years old. I was 5 years old when my grandfather taught me. I think it's a fun way to get excited about gardening, about growing your own food. The first thing you want to do is find some good quality seed starting mix. Do you want to try to gently put some of that mixture in here? And these are our little seed cells that we're going to start with. There you go. And then I'll tap it down for you. We've picked out several seeds that Ashton's interested in growing in our garden. So I think today, looking through the variety we have here, we're going to start with Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts need longer to mature. They need about 100 days to go from the seed to when you're going to harvest that plant. So it's nice to start them in March when you can get a head start. Here in Wisconsin, you almost have to start a lot of those seeds indoors because we have a short growing season. Okay, Ashton, now you did a great job getting the soil in. Let's tap that down. Again, we want to kind of push it down so we're getting that good soil to seed contact. And now, are you ready to plant some seeds?
Yeah.
Okay, my rule of thumb with planting the seeds, how deep you go, is just plant them about twice as far down as they are big. These seeds are really, really tiny. Right here. Aren't they tiny? And the plant is going to be almost as big as you are. You want to do me a favor? Can you go back and kind of push these seeds in a little bit? You got them all squished down? And then a little tip that I like to do is I like to cover the seed trays with a little bit of saran wrap for the first few days until you see germination. It acts like a little greenhouse. And then I just put it in a sunny window. I don't have any special lights or anything like that. I think a sunny window is just fine. Okay, now you got to water them. And we just want to lightly water. And then you're just going to monitor those seeds to make sure that they're evenly moist at all times. Look at, we just started growing a plant. So then the next step is just, you want to make sure that you label your plant so that you know in a few weeks of what it is that are actually coming out. Can I see our tags that we made? And on our tags, we just put what we're growing and the date that we sowed them. Ashton, I'm going to take these inside and put them in a sunny window. How about if I leave you here with Grandma and I go pick up some ingredients and I treat you and Grandma to an elegant springtime savory meal? Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here in Amory at Whetstone Farms. Let's go move the sheep with Emily and Klaus, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about grass-fed sheep. Boy, it's a great day to be out here. The sunshine, it's warming up a little bit, and it's fun to see all the sheep on pasture right now.
Yeah.
For those people that don't know exactly what's happening out here, can you explain to them what winter grazing is and what you're doing here?
Yeah, so we are bale grazing our flock of sheep. That means that instead of bringing them into the barn in the winter, we place the bales out on pasture at the beginning of the season, and we let them eat all the hay in one paddock and then move them on to the next. That way any hay that they waste and all their manure goes right back into the pasture. It kind of gets composted right in place and we don't have to haul any manure.
It's such a nice thing to do. I mean, then you don't have to clean out your barns. I did this one year with some heifers and the pasture changed. It just from winter to spring, it was a different pasture than it had been the spring before with all the nutrients and everything that's just built right in there in the soil.
It's really amazing. It's kind of just like composting right on top of your soil. Once the grass grows back in, it's just thicker, more lush, green. So we're really kind of building our pasture back up this way.
But don't you wish you were hauling manure every day and your equipment was breaking down? And
No, not at all.
Kind of takes the fun out of it, right? So what all do you have going on here at Whetstone Farm?
So we raise 100% grass-fed sheep for lamb, mutton, and wool. We also grow a few acres of vegetables, but the sheep are dual purpose for meat and wool.
Can you explain the difference between mutton and lamb?
Yep, so lamb is from a younger sheep, under a year or so, and mutton is just meat from an older sheep. So the lamb tends to be lighter in color, more tender, and a little more mild flavored. The mutton is going to be a little stronger of that lamby flavor and not quite as tender. We love it for sausages, ground, use it anywhere you would ground beef, for
Sure.
meatloaf, chili, stew.
Yeah. Nice. And I noticed the dog. This is your guard dog?
Yep, so we have 2 guard dogs. They protect the flock from coyotes, from any neighborhood dogs that might get out. They let us know when people or anyone's around. They also kind of let the flock know when there are deer or other animals moving around and keep the deer away from our fence.
So they're born knowing how to protect the flock.
Exactly, they have a really strong guarding instinct, and he just lives outside with the flock year round. We often give them access to a shelter, and we'll find the dogs just sleeping out with the sheep. So.